I am going to make sure I've got everything live here. And I'm going to pull up the feed on my computer so I can there we go. All right, so I'm going to wait a few minutes because this was totally unannounced and whatnot. But I've got a new instrument. Actually, I've got a few instruments lately. Before I do the unboxing, let me go grab my other new instruments really quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got some new horns here, and why is this? Oh, there we go. All right, so what is going on? Okay, yeah, all right, now we got it. All right, so, dang it, there, feedback. Okay, cool. All right, if you're watching, let me know over in the chat, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I guess I can talk about some of the new horns I've gotten. And when I horns, I actually, in this case, really mean horns. First thing I've got here, this is a trumpet. But let me get this a little bit closer. I got this in the mail last week. And see, it's a trumpet, but if you look closely, look at this back here. This is not a B-flat trumpet. This is a rare alto trumpet in E-flat. I've been looking for one of these for a long time, and finally was able to find one at a decent price. It is an Amati, so made for, can I play a song that you suggest? No. This is not going to be a playing thing. Some of these horns do not work. This one does, but it doesn't have an actual alto trumpet mouthpiece. Also, I am not a brass player. So I am a woodwind. I have the horns for my collection, for players to use. Give me a second. Yeah, we got a troll. That's lovely. Yeah, I've got to love those. All right. All right. So yeah, this is an Amati E-flat alto trumpet. I'm seeing a lot more comments on my phone than I am on my computer. I wonder what's going on there. Who knows? But yeah, it plays. I'll play a few notes here. It really needs some oil. Oh, it's just people joining. Okay. I just want to see what that was. That's the top C, and it doesn't really sound that high. This is just a standard Yamaha mouthpiece. It does not play the low register very well yet. That's the low written C, middle C, and it'll go. needs oil, it needs an actual alto trumpet mouthpiece, but it's an alto trumpet. It needs a little bit of work. There's a little bit of a crease in the bell, but otherwise, when this arrived, it was shipped only in bubble wrap. That's it, bubble wrap, nothing else, no case, no box, bubble wrap. So there's that. The other thing I've gotten, and this is in a little bit worse shape, is this. And I don't think I've shown this off yet. I've posted a photo or two on my Instagram and my Facebook. This is a Ukrainian or Russian alt horn. And at some point, I'm going to do a full video on this and other alto-voiced conical brass instruments. And it's something that is coming. This, I don't have the mouthpiece. It takes a British tenor horn mouthpiece. I guess it'll take a trumpet mouthpiece, but it sounds like crap with that. But the big thing today is this. This is an instrument I haven't seen yet. I am hoping that this box is going to be a good little horn. So, a few weeks ago, I got notified that there's an auction that was going to happen in France, in Vichy, France. And it's not an eBay auction where you place a online bid. It's a legit like auction house. And I looked through the offerings and I said, well, there's an instrument that's, they valued it super low. Like, let me make sure that this is all my customs paperwork. Yeah, it's fine. So I just put in kind of just a low bid. I put in 100 euros for it, thinking, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, no big deal. Well, I got a notification the next day while I was on vacation, saying, hey, you won. You owe us 100 euros. Okay. Well, luckily I had that automatically deducted from my credit card, so I didn't have to worry about that. What I did have to worry about was shipping. That turned out to be kind of a pain in the ass because the auction house didn't ship it. I had to arrange for it to be shipped, which not a fan of. All right, so right off the bat, interesting packing job. It is all shredded documents. Let's see what we've got. There it is, way down at the bottom. Digging through here, it's like, I'm not finding anything. Oh, I really don't want to take this out all onto my floor. Oh, I've never seen something packed that way. Interesting. Oh, what's this? It's just bubble wrap. All right. All right, so I've got here, I'll dig through that here in a little bit to see if there's actually anything else in it, like a mouthpiece, which would be really nice to have. Although, I think the mouthpiece may be in here because I hear something rattling around. Well, the first thing I noticed, they put a little bit of plywood down here, and that is probably to keep the bell from crinkling, which happened here on my alt horn. Lovely. Okay, let's get some of this wrapped off. Let's inspect my new toy. There is a mouthpiece right there. Yes. Tiny, tiny little mouthpiece here. In fact, wow, that is surprisingly small. See if there are any markings on it at all. I'm gonna pull my hair back. It's getting way into my eyes. I can't see. Mouthpieces on weird brass instruments are always a crapshoot. whether or not, one, you can find one, whether or not what you can find actually makes the characteristic sound. Okay, moment of truth, I've nearly got all the bubble wrap off. They did a very good job of wrapping this. So I did say that, you know, the shipping cost more than the horn. I paid 100 euros for the horn, and I paid nearly 170 to have it shipped. But I think that's probably a worthwhile investment for a very rare instrument that is no longer in production. An E-flat soprano flugelhorn. Oh, it all works. Okay, there I do see we've got a little bit of damage here. Yep. There's some damage on it. That's, I mean, it's an old, it looks like it's been repaired. I've got some stickers I can take off here. But this is a Queenon E-flat soprano flugel, petite bugle in French. It is an instrument you just don't see anymore. You find some of them in older band scores. Particularly one of my favorites is Florent Schmidt's Dionysiacs, where you have a part for this instrument, and nobody ever performs that part. All right, so let's see if any of the slides move. And no, not a single one of them move. And I also do not have a lead pipe, which means that this is not going to be very playable. No lead pipe. But I mean, I've got all the valves work really well. Let's take a valve out and look at it. It has been oiled up nicely. It moves quite well, quite freely. It's got a little bit of wear on it. I mean, for an instrument this old, I would expect some wear. The missing lead pipe is disappointing. I'm going to see, we'll dig down into the box, but I don't think there's going to be one in there. Nope. Okay, so I will need to get a lead pipe fabricated for it. That's probably not going to be a major deal, but it's going to be something I will have to have done. I'll also have to get all the valves slides unfrozen. Oh, no, that one came out. It's just really dirty. So first valve slide moves now. Good. Let's see if third valve. And no, third valve does not move. There's some inexpert solder jobs on here. And there's, you know, there's dents and dings. It's battle scarred, but I mean, this is 125 years old. Let's see what the engraving says. Exposition Universelle de Paris, 1900. Quilon and Co. Series BO. Means I could probably find out what model it is. I believe Quilon offered 3 different models of the E-flat soprano flugelhorn, the Petite Bugle. I've got, there's the little lyre holder. This has at some point been fully disassembled, unsoldered, and then re-put back together. I can see lots of solder marks. I mean, just like I said earlier, lots of battle scars on here. It absolutely needs a good chemical bath. Or just maybe some Dawn soap. I mean, I'm going to try. There's no lead pipe. The mouthpiece does sit in there. You know, I wonder. Maybe it's not designed to have a lead pipe. Maybe it's... I am going to need to get with a historical brass expert on that. Right out of the box, 100-year-old E-flat flugelhorn. That high E is probably about as high as I can get. What's that, a concert G? That's as high as I can get on a trumpeter cornet at any rate. But it's a cool little horn. Now, I've got the soprano flugelhorn. Sopranino, really, if you will, because the B-flat flugelhorn is more of a soprano voice. Well, if that's the case, let's compare it to the bigger brother. The alto flugelhorn. So, this is the Kanstol Marching Alto. It's ostensibly an alto flugelhorn versus the soprano flugelhorn. You can see shapes are pretty similar. Let's see if I can. Play the same note on the alto. Of course, the alto is in F. Bigger, warmer sound. Small, little sound. But this is going to be a fun little instrument, and it is in way better shape than I had ever hoped it to be in, which is fantabulous. It'll need some restoration work, but that's fine. Got a little bit of patina. It'll shine right up. But yeah, little Petite Bugle, a soprano flugelhorn in E-flat. Now I actually just need to get a real flugelhorn, a B-flat flugelhorn, or C. I had a C once. I've never had a B-flat. All right, does anybody have any questions? Wait a moment here, see if anybody's got any questions. Doesn't look like it. I, at some point, will probably do a full video on kind of the history of the soprano flugelhorn, which would be kind of interesting because it's, again, not an instrument you see very often. Definitely not in the United States. This instrument never took off in American bands. High brass in general, higher than B-flat trumpet, never took off. There's a time when they use B-flat. They're E-flat cornets, but never a high flugel. Yeah, that's about all I've got for this. This is a sweet little horn. That's a high written G, which is up there on this little thing. I've been able to hit that note on any brass instrument before, so that's kind of impressive that it'll do it on a very, very deep cut mouthpiece. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've got a new toy here.